Hello everyone, it's Jac and Rin for our second video.
Hi.
We got a whole lot going on over here, so today we're going to talk about beating kids.
Whooping ass.
To spank, not to spank, how far is too far, do you do the whole timeout thing, how many warnings, hoping to get a lot of feedback from this video. I personally don't have any children.
I have 2.
I'm not going to have any children because I'd probably catch a case. So,
You're a dork.
Hey, how do you feel about whooping, beating, spanking, timeout?
I have a soon-to-be 9-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I believe that whoopings, beatings, spankings are necessary. Hopefully this is not incriminating. But I feel like they're necessary. I think that I have 2 boys, and in order for them to learn to be strong, disciplined, grown men, sometimes I have to get on them.
You've got to tag it.
Sometimes I got to tag that behind. But I go through the gamut first. I do the warnings. I do the talking tos. I do the timeouts. I do everything I can not to spank. I think my almost 9-year-old has probably been spanked only 3-4 times in his whole life. And I probably didn't even start spanking him until he was about 5 when he hit school aged. The 3-year-old, he may get popped every now and again.
Pop.
Okay.
Pop.
But I've never hit him with an object or spanked his behind or pulled his pants down or nothing like that because he's 3 and there's a lot that he has yet to comprehend. So it would make it a little bit drastic.
To go up top.
Right.
And
those
then down bottom.
Those are my kids, though. I think, though, that this question, as it pertains to you, would be in the subject of other people's kids. And let me tell you something. If you leave your kids with me, I'm beating their behinds, too. Don't leave them here.
Don't leave them here.
If I cannot. Because I am having it if it's necessary. Nobody, I will not beat my kids and tell them other kids to sit down and watch until their mama get home. Because what if they don't get a beating? Then it's not fair.
It's not fair.
So, but how do you feel about spankings? We differ a lot.
It's kind of fuzzy because people act like, child abuse. I feel like if a kid, preteen or teenage child is running around acting like they're grown, you should be able to chin check them.
I agree.
No belt. Boop!
Straight across the...
Bomb!
Right.
That's it. One good time, and hopefully they'll learn their lesson. Y'all don't have to go out in the street, like, you know what, go get your sweats. It's about to be... No.
Yeah. I think that most teenagers reach a point where they got to get that one good...
That one
chin check.
Stiff. Bomb.
Maybe in the chest. Anything from here to here that just gives them a pause for a minute. Where they reevaluate their situation and realize that maybe I'm not completely in control.
Yes.
And I need some time to reflect on this while I catch my breath.
And find my teeth.
And clean up this blood.
But seriously, I feel like, with the law stepping in, kids, with DIFUS and all of that, they feel like they're untouched, untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I don't feel like you should be busting kids upside the head with a skillet.
Right. No, that's too much. That would be too much.
Trying to run them over with your car or stuff like that.
Again, too much.
Timeout, I don't think is enough. But, picking up the closest bat, cable box, book bag, or whatever, and beating them with it, that's overboard.
Right.
But that's overboard.
I heard it said, I'm not going to name my source, but I heard it said that the Board of Social Services will allow 7 hits without considering it child abuse. With a usual item or artifact, so, belt, hand, switch, without considering abuse. I think anytime that you are disciplining your child, if you lose sight of the fact that it's discipline and it becomes to inflict pain on them or hurt, or it's coming from a place of pain or hurt for yourself, that's when it's child abuse. And that's a very serious thing. I try not to ever discipline my son when I'm upset with him, when I'm the angriest with him. I try to give it some time for me to make sure that, what I'm doing to him or for him is discipline, and not just because he got on my nerves or just because we had a bad day, which is why I can say that, I don't do it that often, because he really got to overstep his boundaries in order for that to happen. A teenager, though, they are some work.
You coming up on it.
They are some work. And I can't say that when he hits those teenage years, it's going to be real hard for me to not hit him out of anger. But I'm hoping that I'm able to.
Because now he's going to be sitting there like, oh, I want to talk about old stuff. Because you had to wait 10 days to calm down.
Exactly.
Now it's old stuff.
And I have a real problem with disrespect in a house where I pay all the bills. From young, from old, from kids, from grown-ups. So we just going to have to see how that goes. We're going to conclude. This is going to be our part 1. So stay tuned for part 2. See you soon.